Everyone knows Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, but here's the thing, they're not cheap anymore. Today I'm going to break down 5 destinations in Thailand where single blokes can live well, save money, and still have access to high quality infrastructure, beautiful women, delicious food, and much more. As always, we will go through current prices and do monthly estimates so you'll know which destinations fit your lifestyle and your budget. Trang is a mainland base with ferry access to nearby islands like Koh Kaen and Koh. It's cheap because mainland housing prices are usually lower than their island counterparts. Street food, markets, and local restaurants are all very affordable, especially when you compare this to bigger cities like Bangkok, Pattaya, and Phuket. Like many of the destinations on today's video, Trang can be really cheap for rentals. You can get a 2-bedroom townhouse for under $300, close to amenities and relatively modern. Because the population of foreigners is so much lower than the rest of Thailand, there is currently only one luxury condo called Ascent. 1 bedroom, about $380 and a 2-bedroom apartment costing around $700. You will also get high quality amenities here, well-equipped gym, rooftop pool, and a manicured green area. The low volume of foreigners means that you can more easily negotiate a lower price, especially for a 2-bedroom. If you're curious how to negotiate and how to save money in Thailand generally, then I recommend opening up this video in a new tab and watching it when you finish this one. Local meals are really where you see most of the savings. An average meal might set you back anywhere from $1.50 to $3, coffee $1.50 to $2.50, and island trips anywhere from $6 on the local ferry all the way up to kind of $25, $30 for a trip to a more remote or further away destination. The best areas to stay are the Trang town centre. You got convenience and all the infrastructure and services that you need. Pak Meng is a great little enclave for coastal living, or just near the airport. There's newer housing, it's still quiet, and you'll have everything that you need nearby. This is also a great option if you travel frequently, because you can just jump on a plane and fly pretty much anywhere in Thailand. There are a few downsides to Trang like anywhere, mainly that it's a quiet place, so there's pretty much non-existent nightlife. There's also less infrastructure, so things like specialty coffee and Western restaurants will be less common, harder to find. Lastly, it is quite conservative down here. You do have quite a large population of Muslims, and the Thai people generally are just a bit more conservative down here. If you're wondering what a monthly budget looks like, stick around to the end because I'll share how much you need and how each destination ranks in affordability. Chiang Rai is Chiang Mai's lesser known, more localized cousin. Chiang Rai is a great option for guys who like nature, the peace and quiet, and low costs without total isolation. Chiang Rai works because there's an airport with fantastic domestic connections. So if you are wanting to live somewhere with easy access to the rest of Thailand, Chiang Rai is a great option. If you're put off a bit by the sweltering tropical heat, it's much cooler than the rest of Thailand, being up in the mountains. There's a really good cafe culture, much like Chiang Mai, and it's an easygoing expat scene. There are some retirees, but it's not completely swamped like Chiang Mai is. As a result, local people are a lot less jaded by the presence of foreigners and expats, making it much easier to establish friendly and even romantic relationships. 1-bedroom apartments are typically 160 up to 260. That's for a pretty budget option. 2 bedrooms will be 250 up to $400. And if you're looking for a more modern condo or apartment complex, $500 to $700 is pretty standard. This will provide you a range of amenities, often including swimming pools and gyms and stuff like that. Across Thailand, food is going to be the most consistent cost, and $1.50 up until $3 is standard for Thai meals and street food. Same goes for transportation. $80 to $100 should be plenty for your monthly scooter and petrol budget. The slower pace of life means there isn't as much infrastructure, there's not as much opportunities for nightlife and partying and meeting bar girls, if that's the kind of relationship you're looking for. Unfortunately, the burning season still does exist up here. It is a bit shorter than Chiang Mai, but for a significant period of the year, the air quality is going to be greatly reduced. Bottom line, Chiang Rai is fantastic for the semi-retired, riders, remote workers, and they want to stay sane, but they also want to be somewhere quiet and peaceful. Chiang Rai is going to be your best bet. Khon Kaen, cheap, educated, and surprisingly social. Khon Kaen is a great option for guys who are looking for low rent, decent dating opportunities, and a city with high energy but not so chaotic. A basic one-bedroom apartment can be as low as 160 up to 260 US dollars. For something a bit more modern and a bit more livable, you can be spending 260 up to 400 US dollars. And for a modern condo with a pool and lots of amenities, anywhere from 500 up to 700 is a realistic budget. Isan province offers some of, in my opinion, the tastiest food in Thailand. Average dishes will be $1, $1.50 up to $3 or $4. Western food, of course, significantly more expensive. Khon Kaen actually has the largest English-speaking population in Isan province. This is of course because of the university, and it does have wider implications, especially if you're trying to make friends or meet some local women. There's great healthcare. I'd recommend checking out Bangkok Hospital in Khon Kaen if you have any major issues, and they also do accept international insurance. Khon Kaen also does have a beautiful big lake, so some nature, plenty of gyms, shopping malls, and a thriving coffee scene. If you're looking to escape the city and go on a bit of a trip, then Bangkok is just a short bus or train ride away. There are some obvious downsides to living up here in Isan province. There's 0 beaches. So if you're coming to Thailand to be close to a tropical beach, then this won't be the best destination for you. We have got another beach destination coming up, so if that's your thing, don't go anywhere. There's also not very much nightlife, and there's not really much of an expat community, so it will be tough initially to make friends and to meet people. But if you do integrate, you learn a bit of Thai, and you make an effort to meet some local people, you will undoubtedly build a good community here. Next up, we've got Korat. Korat is one of Thailand's cheapest cities with real infrastructure. Korat is where you're really going to save money when it comes to the rental side of things. You can find budget apartments as low as $250 up to $350. Modern condos will set you back 400 to 600 US dollars a month, and new developments can be as low as $600 up to $850. You'll also save money in Korat on your local meals. 1 to 2 US dollars is pretty stock standard for a Thai dish. Coffee will be about $1.50, $2. And lastly, if you're looking to rent a scooter, $60 to $80 is quite standard for a monthly rental. The areas I'd recommend staying would be Terminal 21. It's walkable, it's modern, and you're close to the infrastructure. Chok Chai Road is quiet and residential. So if you're looking for a slower pace of life, then perhaps this suburb ticks more boxes for you. There are a few negatives. There's barely any foreigners here. Some people would see this as a positive, but the downside of it is that there's less Western infrastructure, less high quality coffee shops, less Western restaurants, and less convenience. There's also limited nightlife, so you're gonna have to build local hobbies and really keep that in mind if you're gonna be living somewhere a bit quieter like Korat. Now, the destinations that I've mentioned so far are affordable year-round. But given that Thailand is seasonal, there are a number of more traveled destinations which become incredibly cheap during the off or shoulder seasons. The pick of the bunch for me is Koh Lanta. Now, while it does get quite a lot of rain, it has some of the nicest beaches in Thailand, delicious food, and a handful of friendly retirees and expats to keep you company. Koh Lanta is a quiet little island, and the fact that you need to get a ferry keeps it remote enough that it doesn't attract the crowds and stays quiet for the majority of the year. This positive is also the source of its major downsides, with the ferry being the only way out. When it gets busy, you can be looking at 4+ hours just to get back to Krabi, which is the location of the nearest airport. There's also no hospitals, just a couple of clinics. Good coffee and places to work are pretty hard to find, and when it rains, it floods. But how about apartment prices? I can say from personal experience that you can find studios and one beds below $400, but the limited supply means that it can get quite pricey for bigger or more modern options. For a modern apartment or 3-bed house, $800 to $900 should be enough if you negotiate with the landlord and play the field a little bit. I gotta stress though that this only works during the off and shoulder seasons. Koh Lanta does have a high season between December and March, during which prices can rise as much as 50 to 100%. Oh, come on! Best places to stay are Saladan to be near the action and also have easy access to local ferries to hit up nearby islands. Koh Lanta is a better option for those who are looking for somewhere quiet, 10 or 15 minutes away from the action, and also 10 or 15 minutes access to the beautiful beaches and nature in the south of the island. So what is a recommended monthly budget for each of the destinations on this list? Starting with the cheapest, we've got Trang and Korat. Around $800 or $900 will be enough for pure survival. If you're wanting to live comfortably, I'd recommend budgeting around $1,400 to $1,500 a month. Chiang Rai and Khon Kaen will be slightly more at $1,000 to $1,500. And probably the most touristy destination on this list, Koh Lanta, will be a bit more again at $1,100 to $1,700 a month. Hopefully this video demonstrated that you can still move to Thailand and live very affordably if that's the goal. For a more detailed breakdown of prices in Koh Lanta, check out this video here. The one on my left will dive into 5 other affordable destinations in Thailand, so if you're not convinced by this list, go check out that one next.